How's it going, everybody? I'm Bearhead2 and welcome back to Super Mario Galaxy. Now I'm gonna finish off Battle Galaxy here and then go to fight Bowser. And in the meantime, allow my calm, soothing voice to, well, calm you. Because boy, do I have a story to tell you. As you probably know, in the last episode, I said I had something I wanted to talk about, but I didn't really have the time, because I could say that for his own thing, because I had a lot to talk about. Well, you know where this is going. Time to talk about that. I'll admit, I have been reading something. I have been, reading, or at least lately, I've been reading a few fanfictions. Ironically, of course. I just, I've heard a lot about how they're really crappy and that kind of stuff, and never really that good. So I was just like, sure, I want to see how bad these things could really be. And, well, let's talk about them. Let's talk about them. Yeah, now I've been through a few, and, well, what? Excuse me, what? What? I thought I was gonna die there, but... Excuse me? What? Anyway, as I was saying, I just wanted to see, like, okay, how bad could these things really be? Now, as for what these fanfictions were actually about, like, what universe or anything, well, that's for me to know and for you to not find out. Well, nobody really needs to know what I've been reading, of course, That's for me to know. And should any of the stories that I tell happen to ring a bell for a story you've read, well, you could probably refrain from saying that in the comments, or just leave a comment in general about something that's not related to that, or, at least, if you're gonna leave a comment, make sure it's not about the stories I'm talking about, at least naming them, because nobody needs to know that, of course. Sorry, I'll admit, I've seen, like, at least one of them that I've looked at so far is surprisingly well written. I will admit, it's actually very well written. It's a bit frilly for my tastes, but it is surprisingly good. I'll give it that. And the other ones, well, not quite as much. We could start off with, how about the really bad ones? I've gone through, well, there's a thing, it's basically just a compilation of just fanfictions that have no real relation to each other. And good lord, are they bad! Like, people probably like someone worked on it. I don't really like, saying like, oh, this is really bad, because I'm sure someone tried to make it really good, but if it reads like you're 5 years old and just learned about English, maybe you shouldn't be writing stories. Because I kid you not. At least for like the first, 10, 15 stories in the compilation thing, every word that ended in an S ended in an apostrophe S. Like if I was talking about shoes or something, it wouldn't be like S-H-O-E-S, it'd be S-H-O-E apostrophe S. Even if it's not possessive, even if it's a word that just ends normally in S, it would end in an apostrophe S. Like, that's, okay, well, grammar aside, I'll give a story that, or one thing, it didn't have run-on sentences. It had run-on paragraphs. Entire paragraphs. It just lacked punctuation in its entirety, even at the end. it was just no punctuation. Maybe on occasion there would be like an exclamation mark, question mark, but most of the time it was a period or the lack thereof. And just, and how do I say it? It's not good, is what I'm saying. Although you could probably infer that. What else do I say about it? It was a thing, I guess. Oops, I missed it. Good, do it. The chain chomp. But I'm still going through. I think I hit it actually, but I haven't really finished it yet. There's still a little bit more, but it shows pretty much zero signs of improving. They did eventually get out of the apostrophe S thing, but everything else improved just next to zero, less than 1, next to 0. That really, I cannot stress how bad it actually is. Those, they're not really connected in any form. They're just a bunch of loose fanfictions. Not much more to say about that, honestly. Another one, which is actually, it's a combination of the. Oh, I gotta do the voice here. Actually, I gotta burp. Excuse me. This is the ammo depot, not a garbage dump. What, do people think they can just toss their trash here and it'll magically disappear? Hey, we have plenty of bombs. Maybe you could use them to blow up all this trash. Sure, why not? Gee, thanks. Anyway, like I was saying, so a little tip here, throw the bombs at the lights on the ground. That'll help a lot. I think I missed that one. I kind of want to be pretty on point. And the bombs, for some reason, take 10 seconds to blow up. So I'm screwed. I'm screwed here, it's not gonna make it. Darn it. No, you gotta do it faster. There's always more, so come by again later if you feel like helping. Oh, hey, you want to blow up all this trash for me? Sure. Gee, thanks. Okay, why do I keep clearing my throat? I don't know. So, yeah, not much more to say about that one, though. Mario, you're not helping. Okay, yeah, now, Mario made me lose that because we kept wanting to run around freaking circles. Thanks, game. I probably could have done that if it wasn't for you. Okay, so, like I was saying, there's one that's kind of a mixture between the bad ones and the really good one. It's readable, I'll give it that. A few instances in which it's kind of hard to kind of tell what's going on, but it's a lot better than the really bad ones. I mean, you know, a number greater than 0 is still not 0, so, you know, it's kind of, that's maybe not great, you know, a great example of that, you know? Okay, that's on the dot, but I don't know, is that gonna blow up? Please blow up, please blow up, please, come on, give it to me. Doggone it, game! Okay, I'm just... So actually, in that one, I just read a part, and it is just the weirdest thing. It was kind of funny, because it was so bad. So I was just kind of sitting there, minding my own business, just doing the other thing I was doing, and, apparently, like, 2 cops came up, and figured that I needed to be It's not gonna do it, is it? That I needed to be arrested for a bunch of murders, you know? No, you gotta go faster. Nobody cares. Just give me So I'm just like, what? I didn't do anything. And so cops just, you know, they just decided to throw me on the ground and then, you know, pull my hair and stuff like that. Because apparently I'm a woman in the story. Because, like, every single one of the fanfictions that I read so far, I've been a woman for some reason. But I don't know, whatever. So anyway. So yeah, like, I get tased for no reason in the story because... I don't know. Okay, there we go. It's like a cop's just being a big old fat jerk to me. And then, like, we have a little kid come up there, it's like, oh, she didn't do anything, you know, it's not her fault, and that kind of stuff. And the cop's like, yeah, she did it, okay, you're wrong. Okay, so, the cops get, like, massive jerk points for just assaulting me, literally. The kid gets, like, okay, medium idiot points for, you know, telling the cops that they're wrong. That's just kind of dumb. But oh, don't worry, it gets worse. It gets a lot worse. So apparently my coworker, in their infinite wisdom, was like, what are you doing? She didn't do anything. And the cop was like, oh yeah, she did something. And just, you know, what is the best thing to do in that situation? You see someone well, for you, what you believe, getting falsely arrested. What do? Well, this person apparently decided it'd be the best idea to pull out their gun and point it at the cops. Because that's just gonna end well. Well, apparently the cops were going to tase this person, and I, in my infinite wisdom, apparently managed to break free of the cop's grasp and run in front of the taser and voluntarily take the tase. So I got tased twice. How I was quick enough to do that, I'll never know. But I guess a lot of things happen when you're a middle-aged woman or something. So yeah, that just made a whole lot of sense. And then, there's another character in the story, which I hate that character, kind of bane of my existence. The character comes out, bites the officers on the neck, because that's smart. So then the character gets what he deserves, because I hate the character, you know, and gets like bunted across the floor and runs into a pillar, and then like pretty much dies. So I was kind of happy with that. But okay, so this person also massive idiot points right there. That's just assaulting an officer. That's just gonna end well. But then apparently I decide that I should escape the officer's grasp once again to run over to this character, because like, oh, it's my best friend or something. And apparently I was able to turn around and smash my handcuffs into the wall and break them. That makes about as much sense as, like, I don't know, but it just what? Ooh, I thought I was gonna die there. What? Okay, then I'm all sad, and then like cops are like, oh, there's an arrested charge, and then they insult me and stuff like that, and then they tase me as well. I was gonna give the points like, okay, yeah, that's probably justified. I ran away from them. They probably, like, maybe I don't think I'd do that in that situation, but I'm not a police officer. So, like, what do I know? But okay, yeah, I might give them that for tasing, but then they insult me and yeah, that kind of stuff and taunt me. So you scratch that. So, but then oh no, it gets a lot better. So then we have more characters appear, and then they're blocking the officers off, and then like they hold me captive and stuff. And hello, Bowser. And then they're blocking the exit for the officers. I was like, let me... You finally made it! Oh, that's not a good voice. Just in time for me to stomp you into space bits. So allow me to finish my story. The writer of the story managed to create a situation in which literally nobody is correct. Like, nobody's in the right. Everybody is just a complete and utter idiot. It... I mean, not to mention this story before has had me, like fall from a second story onto a metal floor, and then the story itself says, like, there was an audible crack, and then, like, apparently there's searing pain in my back as well from that, and I didn't break any bones. Like, oh yeah, I fell from a second story height, onto a metal floor, and there was an audible crack. Like, I landed on my back, by the way. Searing pain. Oh, I didn't crush any vertebrae. No, I didn't break my back or anything. No broken bones. What? 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 It makes no freaking sense, man. Oh, but don't worry, there's always more. As for that one, I think I pretty much exhausted all the weirdness from that story. But don't worry, there's one more that I can go over. Yeah, one more story. Actually, I'm gonna collect the grand star here, so I don't think I'm gonna have time to tell this.
What? How? Foolish Mario. My plan is too far along now. You really think you can stop me? Bwahahahaha!
Yeah, look at the grand star. Nice. You got a grand star! Nice. Is it gonna be like a comment or something that I can do, you know? Buy me a little bit of time so I can tell the rest of my story? Because trust me. There's another one, there's another fanfiction that I read. That one. It was the best way I could describe it. Like, the best way I could describe it, literary LSD. Things happen, colors and shapes everywhere, and then, oh, it's over. It made no sense. At all. Just... no. I already discovered the enemy base. Look at that. You rescued another grand star, and power has returned to another dome in the back of the observatory. But I still don't think we have the star power we need to fly to the observatory through the universe. The villain who kidnapped your special one took it far from here, to the center of the universe. Once our star power is restored, the observatory will be able to go there. Then you can reunite with your special one. Actually, this is reaching 18 minutes long. I think I'll save that for the next episode. Alright, see you guys next time.